Today, we're diving deep into the hidden world of telecom vulnerabilities. We rely on our phones for everything: calls, texts, online banking, even unlocking our front doors. But what if I told you that every time you use your phone, you could be vulnerable to attack? We often hear about data breaches and cyber attacks in the news, but we rarely hear about the vulnerabilities within the telecom networks themselves. Let's pull back the curtain and expose how these systems can be exploited. First up, location tracking and profile spoofing. Imagine this: an attacker pinpoints your exact location and even impersonates you on the network. This allows them to intercept your calls, text messages, and even your data traffic. Think about it: they could be reading your emails, listening to your voicemails, even accessing your online banking while posing as you. Transition to a diagram illustrating how a fake base station works. How do they do this? One method is through fake base stations, also known as IMSI catchers or stingrays. These devices mimic legitimate cell towers, tricking your phone into connecting to them instead of the real network. Once connected, the attacker has access to all your communication data. Transition to footage of crowded public spaces. Think this is just something that happens in spy movies? Think again. These attacks can happen anywhere, from busy airports to crowded shopping malls. In fact, there have been reports of law enforcement agencies using IMSI catchers to track suspects, raising serious privacy concerns. Now, let's talk about signaling system exploitation. The signaling system is the backbone of any telecom network. It's responsible for setting up calls, routing messages, and managing network resources. But this critical system is also vulnerable to attack. One example is exploiting vulnerabilities in SS7, signaling system number 7, a global network used by telecom carriers. Attackers can exploit SS7 to intercept calls, track location, and even reroute calls to premium rate numbers, racking up huge bills for unsuspecting victims. Remember the time when a German politician had his phone tapped through an SS7 vulnerability? That's a real-world example of how serious these attacks can be. Finally, let's discuss SMS interception. We rely on SMS for everything these days, especially for two-factor authentication, 2FA. But attackers can intercept your SMS messages, stealing those crucial authentication codes and gaining access to your accounts. They can do this through various techniques, including man-in-the-middle attacks, SS7 exploits, or even by compromising the network infrastructure itself. Once they have your 2FA code, your online accounts are wide open to attack. So, what can you do to protect yourself? While completely eliminating the risk is impossible, here are a few tips. Be aware of your surroundings. Pay attention to your phone's signal strength and any unusual activity. Use strong passwords and encryption. This adds an extra layer of security to your communications. Enable call and message encryption whenever possible. Many messaging apps offer end-to-end encryption. Stay informed about the latest security threats. Keep your phone software updated and be aware of any reported vulnerabilities. We're constantly researching and innovating to stay ahead of the curve and protect our clients from these threats. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos on telecom security. RFS is here to make you aware.